now the new word is young designers. I mean, no. So let's focus about talent, which is fundamental, and I think that what Stefan said is completely right. I mean, people are not enough curious. People do not search. People do not look out. So I'm always kind of surprised and a little bit sad when we do many events in Milan with the designers, and then buyers come, and it's always pleasant to see a fantastic job. Designers are so good, they're so talented. I never heard about them, and I said, okay, so why people? I mean, it's not that I'm discovering more water or anything. So it's about scouting and passion. So the new generation needs to have people like us, but also on the other side, buyers and distributors are then the people that are going to continue to put them on the market. But even though they can do it by themselves, so for a designer that wants to start, I just think that everything is possible. It's difficult, it is difficult, but the tools that you have now, it's something that we didn't, I mean, I'm speaking about my generation, didn't have. I mean, and I'm just sometimes scared, but fascinating of what's going to happen in the next 5 years.
Yes, I agree in terms that also in the past, I'm thinking about the 70s, I remember very well, it was not easy. Okay, you had, now you have Giorgio Armani, but many brands in that season are no more on the market. I'm thinking about Claudio Laviola, Gianmarco Venturi, Giorgia Presideia, English eccentrics. A lot of designers during the 70s are no more. So the possibilities at the moment to be important to become a very important brand is possible. And from a point of view, it's easier now than before. First of all, because you have now you can communicate with the world, and you have all the markets. Think about China. It's really the great market. Maybe it is the market right now because it's a huge market. It does not exist 15 years ago. Can you imagine? So in the past, the designer, each brand has only small possibilities. Only they could sell only here in Europe or in America. Because our work also is very young. Everything in Italy is born in 1951 in Florence from an idea of Giambattista Giorgini. He invented the Made in Italy in 1951. So our work is very young, only 60 years. So now it's one of the most important business, especially in Italy. Tessile abbigliamento o de filiera is one of the most important force in our finance balance. I think yes, now the new designer can have the possibilities to become a great name, a great brand. It's not easy, absolutely it's not easy. They need to focus not only on the quality, but also it's important other two things that are price and delivery. So quality, price and delivery, these are the three columns regarding how to achieve the success. And at the meantime, also they need the other four important legs that are designer, producer, commercial. The commercial part is extremely important because you have to know the world as well. As well as one word you have to know. Because many times they ask me, but what's about Brazil? Brazil is only mass market. There not exist fashion there. There not exist the possibilities for fashion there. They have only local brands or mass market or something not important. You have to know, you have to go there. And the fourth leg, extremely important, is communication. Now, thanks to internet, e-commerce, and commerce, you have more opportunity to achieve the global world. That in the past was not in that way, because the communication in the past was extremely difficult, like the tam-tam. But now you have the world in your pocket. Yes, it's possible. Absolutely it's possible, because I have seen in my career many brands are born inside Studiozeta as Martin Angela or Giambattista Valli Neil Barrett, Alexander Terikov, many brands that now are mature. I don't want to say older because it's not the right word, but are mature. And also now there is the possibilities for having new brands and new success and new career. But first of all, we have to have a very professional approach in this matter.
Давайте тогда определимся, что такое молодой бренд. До какого момента дизайнер считается молодым, бренд считается молодым, и до какого момента его нужно поддерживать и толкать, и давать эти толчки, и помогать развиваться. С какого момента они уже могут считаться, как сказал Mauro, mature.
Sara?
So young, I would want to erase it from the vocabulary, and it's a matter of, no, because in Italy you have an idea of young very, very large. I'm 42 and they say that I'm young. Thank you, but I'm kind of mature. But for me, a young person is, I don't know, for me young is 18, 25. It's not that after 30 you're old, but apart from jokes, I think that designers who have talent, they have to be supported. Speaking of us as Vogue talents, what maybe the uniqueness of us in comparison to other platforms which are more contests is that we support designers even when they become more known, that they have already their structures. We continue to do projects where we involve designers which already have a career which maybe people think are already famous. So I think that when there's talent, it has to be supported always in different ways, but so there's not like an end to it. So if you say when you want, it's not like a time lapse. It's more about designer starts. I can make an example. Many years ago, a designer contacted me and she said, can you come and see my collection of bags? So I went there, and she was Brazilian. Her name is Galligari, and she showed me her collection of handbags, her first collection of handbags. And I looked at the handbags and I said, well, yeah, interesting. A little bit old style because everything is dark and black, and I buy all black. And I said, listen, maybe you should need to do a little bit of color because you already have like a very personal style. You have a closure of the clutch, which is very, very, very personal, which not everyone has. So then she does Who's on Next, which is our contest, which is a contest since 15 years that was founded by Alta Roma and supported by Vogue for the Made in Italy. So she was doing everything in Italy, so she does Who's on Next, and it gets really fast. And she puts color inside her collection, not too much. And she's finalist of Who's on Next. She doesn't win Who's on Next, but Who's on Next and finalists are all winners. And then the next season, she calls me and said, listen, I put color and everything worked out. So it's also giving suggestions. It's not that it's about me giving her the right suggestion, but it's the right suggestion in that moment. Now she, after 5 years, and she didn't have a press office until 2 years ago, she did everything by herself for Instagram, social networks. And now she has her own brand with 16 people working with her. I wouldn't want to give numbers because I don't know them, but she's a small brand. She's a brand. She sells worldwide, and this is her path in the last 5 years. And she's under 33. So, and we support her anyway, even now that she's had success. So I think there's not really a time of saying what does it mean independent, because someone can decide to remain independent the rest of their life. It's not enough to become the next big Armani. It's not going to happen. Everything has changed. I think that if you remain small and you have, you know, the right income and everything, you even have the chance to control yourself. The bigger you get, the less control you're gonna have. So this is kind of much worse.
Nothing to add. That was a great answer.
Yes, we have to focus about these terms. When we say young designer or young brand, I agree. We don't think about the age because it makes no sense. We think about from how many times, from how many seasons the brand has the visibility. Yes, I think it's possible. It's possible if you do professional, of course. So you have to be at the same place, in the right place, in the right moment, and also you have to decide around you professional people. You need to create a professional team. Maybe you can remain independent, you can remain small. And I agree with Sara, if you are small, you have more control in your business. But you cannot do alone everything. You need a professional support, people that can help you, that can stay with you during your way, your runway. But this is possible also now. From my point of view, if everything is professional, it's easier to sell now than before. This is my point of view.
Мне кажется, Ромка, что иногда сейчас молодые дизайнеры после выпуска иногда начинают чувствовать себя какие художниками, что ли, и они ждут, что им помогут все кругом. Они ждут помощи от государства, финансовой, неважно какой, они ждут поддержки от институций, от различных ассоциаций, они ждут, что внутри моды дадут бесплатную площадку для того, чтобы они презентовались. Они ждут помощи от медиа, которые должны, безусловно, поддерживать. Вот правомерно ли это ожидание? На что они могут рассчитывать и в каком случае? Или это все-таки это бизнес, и они, как любой бизнес, он требует какого-то стартового капитала, они должны тоже это понимать, и если они начинают свой собственный бренд и начинают его как бизнес, они должны быть готовы к тому, что это все-таки влечет некоторые вложения, некоторые трудности вначале. И